So an industrial dust collector basically specifically designed equipment that use various technologies to remove contaminants from polluted gas stream associated with an industrial application. So basically what that means is there's different technologies. For example, there is a wet scrubber that uses fine mist, which will take the pollutant out of the airstream. You have different technologies like filter bags or bag houses. What that basically is you'll have a dust collector that has filter socks with cages, and that basically builds up a layer of dust on the filter sock, which helps clean the dust from the airstream. You also have cartridge filters, which also do the similar sort of things. They build up a dust cake, which actually helps remove the dust from the polluted airstream. And what that does is that basically takes all that dust. You can then capture that, dispose of it correctly, and then you discharge the clean air back into the environment. So obviously the first one you want to make sure is that you're providing a safe environment for your workers to work in. That'll also help with short-term side effects from dust inhalation, so things like bronchitis, shortness of breath. It also helps with sick leave, so it also makes sure that there's anything that the workers are subject to that's causing them to have time off, and that'll also reduce that. So basically you can provide a safe, clean environment for your workers. Also, the second probably benefit would be reduced maintenance cost for your plant equipment. So if you've got a nice clean environment, it makes it easier to maintain the equipment that's actually making you money. So a lot of people look at dust collection as a cost center, but if you look at it as something that's going to reduce your cost of maintenance on the equipment that's actually making you money in your manufacturing facility, then that's a win for sure. Increased performance of the finished product for different applications. So for example, if you've got an aluminium router that you're using to cut out different parts for manufacturing, if you've got proper dust collection that's getting rid of the product that's being cut away or the spore, then you're having a better finished quality product at the end. Obviously, it also saves you on having to do reworks or touch up on the product. So there's obviously a benefit there. Depending on the industry, if you have potentially explosive dust, and there's definitely different processes that you need to incorporate within the production line to make sure that you're handling that dust correctly. If you've got like a flour mill, for example, or if you're in a bakery, flour dust is extremely explosive. So if you have that dust sitting inside your manufacturing facility or in your production line, and there is an explosion, then that's also going to end up what's called a secondary explosion, which basically means the first one might be small, but then that shakes any of the other dust that's sitting inside the factory, and then you have a secondary explosion, which can be quite a lot worse than the first one. Basically reducing that built up dust throughout the production facility is also going to be something that's going to benefit and reduce the risk of explosion. And then also obviously, if you've got the correct dust extraction system installed within your process and you're meeting all the requirements as we discussed before, then you're also not going to get fines from regulatory bodies who might come along and say that you're not doing the right thing, and then you'll end up having to pay, and then they'll enforce you to make sure that you've got the right dust extraction moving forward. So it's better to do it first off, make sure that you've got everything set in place without having to run the risk of getting those fines. Well, Airtight, for example, have been around the industry for 20 years. It's our 20th anniversary this year. So we have a lot of experience in the industry. So we've got engineers, we've got partners within the industry. We have an engineering house over in New Zealand that we leverage off quite a lot. So even if there's something that we don't have in our range currently, we can actually engineer a specific product or solution for just about every need. Probably done just about every sort of application you can think of in the last 20 years. We have a range of products that work from wood waste, shredders that cut up big chunks of wood from your production facility. We have heat plants that basically turn that waste into energy or heat for your factory. We have wet scrubbers, pack bed scrubbers, fume scrubbers. We do bag houses, cartridge collectors. It's basically every type of application you can think of, we have a solution for it. And if we don't have a solution, we're happy to look at manufacturing and engineering one for you. So that's probably one of the biggest strengths that Airtight has going for it. Of course, if anyone has any dust extraction needs, please feel free to call us on 1800 424 784 for an initial discussion, or log your interest at airtight.com.au.